Assalamualaikum everyone. This is a group assignment presentation for Corporate Finance FIN 537 that we prepared for Dr. Siti Nobaya binti Muhammad Rashid. And we are from Group 6. We'll present to you about the merger and acquisition for FNN and Cocoland Holding Berhad in 2022. And here's our group members.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So to introduce this case study, let's look at the M&A deal between FNN and Cocoland. So for the first, the type of deal, this is classified as a horizontal merger and a strategic acquisition. Both company operate in the F&B industry, but in different category. For the FNN, it's strong in beverage, acquired 100% equity in Cocoland, moving into confectionery and delisting them in late 2022. So why did this occur? We identified three main drivers. For the first one, diversification. FNN need to reduce its reliance on a dairy and soft drink by entering the snack food and market. Second, market synergy. By combining Cocoland's famous Lot 100 gummies with FNN massive distribution network, so they create a powerful cross-selling opportunity. For the third is halal expansion. This align perfectly with FNN's goal to lead the halal package in the food sector across the Asian region.
Okay, next. Why did M&A take place? As you can see, there's a two perspective, which is FNA perspective and Cocoland's perspective. For the FNA perspective, as the acquirer, the main reason was the diversifications. FNA wanted to reduce its reliance on beverage and dairy and enter the fast-growing snack and confectionery markets. The acquisitions also creates revenue and cost synergies, such as cross-selling products, share distribution networks, and lower production costs. At the same time, FNN can expand faster into Asian and Middle East market by using Cocoland export channels and make better use of its strong cash positions. From the Cocoland perspective, as the target, the deal helped with the founder exit and the succession planning. The Gunn family received liquidity at a premium and secure the company long-term future. Cocoland also gains access to FNN financial strength, wider distribution network and resource for R&D and marketing, allowing the brand to grow and competing better in the highly competitive industry.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurnisa Nazira. The main reason for the merger and acquisition between Fresh Anif Holdings Berhad and Cocoland Holdings Berhad were strategic expansion, synergy creation, financial strengthening and accelerated long-term growth. Firstly, the acquisition enabled FNN to diversify its business beyond beverages and dairy into the packaged food and confectionery segment. This strengthened FNN's halal food portfolio, expanded its product range and supported its long-term growth strategy. Secondly, the acquisition aimed to achieve operational and financial synergies through share, distribution, marketing and procurement. FNN was able to improve cost efficiency as well as manufacturing and logistic performance.
Let's look at the financial and operational advantages. Cocoland was already a profitable company, which means it provides a stable earning for FNN Group. By merging, both companies benefit from cost saving through joint procurement and shared operation. FNN also can utilize Cocoland existing factories to reduce the need for new capital expenditure. And with full ownership, FNN gains complete strategic and operational control so that no minority interest to manage. The last one is accelerated growth. FNN has a clear strategic goal to become a world-class sustainable food and beverage leader. This acquisition makes Cocoland the fourth pillar of growth for FNN. Why Cocoland? It is because it has a halal market leadership, which is Cocoland is a powerhouse in a halal packaged snacks and confectionery. So this gives F&N an immediate ready-made into this segment. Also, it has an export expansion. F&N doesn't want to just stay local, but they plan to use Cocoland's existing international network to fast-track their expansion into another market.
Next, I will talk about financial ratio of merger and acquisition, F&N, and do comparison before and after merge. Firstly, current ratio. F&N current ratio increased from 1.24 in 2021 to 1.34 in 2025, indicating an improvement in liquidity. This shows the company is better able to meet its short-term obligation over time after merger, and it shows that F&N short-term financial position has become slightly stronger and more stable. Next, which is quick ratio. F&N quick ratio slightly increased from 0.90 in 2021 to 0.97 in 2025, showing improved liquidity from cash and receivable. The company is now closer to fully covering short-term obligation without relying on inventory after the merger. Overall, F&N short-term financial strength and flexibility has slightly improved. Lastly, cash ratio. F&N cash ratio increased from 0.42 in 2021 to 0.54 in 2025, showing stronger cash liquidity. The company can now cover a larger portion of short-term liabilities using cash alone after merger, which made F&N immediate financial stability and ability to handle urgent obligations have improved.
Next is profitability. The net profit margin decreased from 7.72% in 2021 to 6.46% in 2025. So what does this tell us? It suggests that after the acquisition, F&N faced higher operating and integration costs, which is something normally expected in the early stage of post-merger integration. In other words, the company was still adjusting and restructuring after acquiring Cocoland. But interestingly, while the margin went down, the return on equity actually improved. ROE increased from 4.80% to 5.41%. This means shareholders' returns become better because F&N managed to generate higher profits relative to its equity base. It shows that shareholders' funds were used more efficiently after Cocoland was added into F&N operations. So, even though margins weakened slightly, value was still created for shareholders. Now, moving to efficiency. The total asset turnover increased from 0.38 times to 0.46 times. This shows that after the merger, F&N became more efficient in using its assets to generate sales. With Cocoland's additional manufacturing facilities and product lines, the company could produce higher revenue without a big increase in total assets, which reflects operational synergy between the two companies. So, in summary, although profit margins declined due to integration costs, ROE and assets efficiency improved, showing that the merger with Cocoland helped F&N create revenue and operate more effectively.
Next, the rise in F&N debt ratio with 0.29 in 2021 to 0.34 in 2025 shows increased reliance on debt financing over time after merger. Hence, this can enhance growth potential if managed well. Overall, F&N financial risk has increased slightly but remains at manageable level. Next, we have market value ratio. For a shareholder perspective, earnings per share rose from 10 cents to 10.3 cents, confirming that the acquisition was accretive. With an accretive merger suggests that earnings generated from Cocoland were more than the cost of the acquisition. Hence, value had been created for shareholders. Other than that, the price-earning ratio declined slightly from 14.60 times to 14.37 times, proving stability. This stability in the price-earning ratio implies that the market kept confidence in F&N growth prospect after the merger and did not see this increased leverage as over risky.